What's up everybody, my name is Sean Brown and today I'm going to be going over the 5 hard truths in skateboarding.
You want answers! I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
And just to let you know, this is not to be, negative in any way. This is just kind of, just to open some people's minds up to skateboarding, kind of what to expect. It doesn't mean you shouldn't skateboard or anything like that. I just kind of want to give people a more clear picture of like what skateboarding kind of is when you're getting into it, so you don't get like too discouraged, when some bad things happen. It's just kind of like some things to expect. And before I hop right into it, make sure you like this video and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, or just any of my videos that relate to skateboarding, talking about it, or trick tips. It really helps you guys subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can get notified whenever I upload a new video, because I'm definitely coming up with more video ideas for you guys. And also leave comments below of what you want to see. And also make sure you stay to the end of the video because I have an exciting announcement that's coming up this weekend. So with the first thing that usually happens is, a lot of people think there is going to be like some secret to land a trick that they're struggling with. And sometimes there might be tips that are given that may be helpful that someone didn't know of before, and usually that's what people kind of think of it as. But most of the time, a lot of people are searching too much for trick tips to get like a question answered when they already know what to do. So when you're skateboarding, pretty much you should just look at trick tips just to get an idea of how the trick works, and maybe a couple tips for some people. But you shouldn't search too hard to look for something that's missing within your trick, because all the time that's spent like looking for an answer, you could have spent practicing the actual trick. So there's nothing wrong with looking at tutorials. Seriously, if you guys want to look at my tutorials, feel free to keep doing that. I know a lot of people say some of my tutorials are like the best out there, so keep looking at those. But just know, like when you send me DMs on my Instagram too, it's like there's not really going to be like a secret that I'm going to tell you that's just going to help you land it. Like I can give you advice, but overall it's going to come down to your time and practice of you trying that trick that actually gets you to land it. It's not really, me just giving you a secret. Just know that if you put in the time and practice, you'll get closer to landing your tricks. So this next one is pretty common. A lot of people tell me that, they get really scared of falling in skateboarding, and they say it's really hard to commit and there's just nothing they can do to commit. And seriously, just something that's really tough with this is it's gonna happen. You're gonna fall. It's just something that comes with skateboarding, especially if you want to get better. You got to try to push yourself pretty hard. You don't want to obviously injure yourself too bad, but it's almost inevitable that like you're gonna fall in skateboarding. And most of the times the things with skateboarding, it teaches you how to get back up after you fall. And especially if you end up committing and then you fall from committing, sometimes I feel like it even gives you more confidence to even go ahead and commit more to land the trick, and falling doesn't even really matter. Like I've taken some pretty mean slams, but nothing has really taken me too far out of skateboarding unless I've like twisted my ankle, which is, sometimes that just can't be held. But most of the times it's just going to be like small tumbles if you're just skating flat ground, or small stair sets. It's not really going to be anything too crazy, but just make sure you're ready to try the trick so you don't really get any serious injuries. But if you think you're ready to commit to a trick, it's just going to come down to your mental state of, if you're ready to commit to it, you're just going to go for it and not even care if you fall. So just know that you will fall in skateboarding. So now with this third thing, a lot of people, they feel like they want to blame, their skateboard, or like they don't have like too good of shoes, or, any type of product, and that's what's making them bad at skating. I mean, honestly, like there are certain products that can help you, get better at skating. Like, whether you have a new deck, maybe like a new set of wheels, trucks, whatever, that could help you improve your skating just a little bit, but it's not going to be anything too significant. Like I've skated some horrible boards before. Like some people let me ride their Walmart boards, and I could still, do a trick on it. It's not impossible. It might be easier on, if you get a complete new setup or something like that. But just know it's not going to be like impossible, and it's not something too much to blame if you're not landing a trick. Like you shouldn't say like, oh, I have too much razor tail so I can't pop the board, or oh, like my shoes are too bad. Most of the time it's not really going to affect your skating that much. So just kind of like going back to before, it's really honestly just going to be your time and practice that really affects your skating. It's not really going to be a product. Just know a new skateboard could definitely help, but it's not going to be anything too significant that's just going to help you magically learn a new trick or something. So just keep that in mind when you're going into skating. Oh my goodness, I don't know if y'all can hear this frog. Right as I said that, I kind of stopped. So this fourth one is pretty obvious, especially if you're a beginner skateboarder, and it is that skateboarding is hard. I know, you know, especially when you get to a more advanced stage, it may not seem as hard, you know, but when you were first starting, just remember the times that it took to, you know, land your first ollie, to even get comfortable riding on the board. It is just, actually, it's a really hard activity. So just as long as you keep that in mind and, you know, just mainly focus on having fun in skateboarding and just focusing on your progression and not really trying to reach like an end goal in skating, then it can make your time in skateboarding a lot better. And I think this is mainly because I see a lot of people, they don't try to enjoy the process of skateboarding. They're just trying to reach a certain point, and then they get discouraged too much if it's, you know, too hard for them to get there. And the thing is, you got to make like small milestones that go over, you know, a long period of time. So things could be like, you know, but like you want to land a kickflip, right, if you're getting into skateboarding, but you know, obviously it might be better if, you know, you learn how to ride, you learn how to ollie, front side 180, back side 180, pop shove it, front shove it, and then something like flip tricks. So, you know, there's no like right or wrong way to skate, which is actually going to go into the next step, but just know that skateboarding is hard. Trust me, everybody goes through similar difficulties to you, especially when you're first learning. That is one of the most common stages that just suck. But seriously, just push through, put in that time and practice, and you'll definitely get better. So like I mentioned before in the last tip, there is no right or wrong way to skate. And I kind of just want to end more on a positive note, because it's not really something too bad, but I feel like a lot of people, you know, they beat themselves up too much if, you know, skating's not going the way they want it to, or, you know, if they're doing something and they're being criticized for it. Just know there's no right or wrong way to skate. You can do whatever you want. There's no rules. You can really just approach skateboarding however you want to. Just make sure you're having fun with it, and, you know, just try to focus on getting better every day. It's not really anything that people should be able to criticize you for. Because I know it happens to me a lot, like, you know, especially being on YouTube, a lot of people can be judgmental, like, oh, you know, like, that trick wasn't clean, like, why don't you skate this more, why don't you skate that more? And it's just like, you know, you should just skate however you want to. You can obviously take some of the criticism as advice if you want to maybe improve your skating, but really just know, just have fun with your skateboarding. And just seriously, I recommend skating with friends so much, because they can make it so much better, where, you know, you're not beating yourself up too much. If you get around a positive crowd, they can actually hype you up to, you know, improve your skating more. So definitely look to get skate friends if you can. So now for the exciting news, like I was mentioning before. So this Saturday, well, it depends on when you're watching it, but if you look at the date of this video, this coming Saturday, I will have a giveaway. I was supposed to have it for 25,000 subscribers, but I didn't know exactly what to kind of do. But now, like, I reached 30,000 faster than I thought, so I went from 25 to 30. So now I just decided I'm going to do a giveaway Saturday. I'll have more details coming, but there will be 3 winners, and it's definitely going to be some good prizes. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe so you actually stay notified. Follow me on Instagram, it's SeanBrown99. I'll have more information coming soon, so just make sure you stay tuned for that. Otherwise than that, thank you guys so much for watching. You know, I wasn't trying to make this video negative or anything, but I feel like this is just a lot of things that, you know, beginner skateboarders should hear, just to kind of get them ready for skateboarding and kind of, you know, open their mindset up when they're getting more into skating. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.